Welcome to GRE Mnemonics video number 60. Let us take a quick recap of video number 59. Himalayan Portal interviewed an eager Nataya or dancer. He was earnest and wanted to attend the online interview. An ancient ship sunk in the port despite the coating with anti-dilution and avian-proof paint. A dictator owned the port and the dictator's tummy had a smoke. The old saying, where there is smoke, there is a fire, came out to be true. He orders all antennas to be destroyed. An antenna above a pre-birth care hospital picked up the news. The information crosses the 188th meridian and is read out aloud in the 10 a.m. news. Let us learn and understand today's set of GRE words. Antique, meaning grotesque, ludicrous, or fantastic action. Clue, ant tickles a player and he does antics and bizarre actions. Visualize, ant tickles a player and he does antics and bizarre actions. The coach was growing tired of his star player's silly antics after scoring. The coach was growing tired of the bizarre actions of the star player on the field every time he scored. Please note, the noun antique is most commonly used in the plural form, as in, the coach was growing tired of his star player's silly antics after scoring. Sometimes antics can lean toward the not so funny side as well. Ridiculous behavior that is more foolish than funny can also be called antics. Antics can also be used as an adjective, as in, his antique celebration routine had everyone rolling in the aisles. Impropriety, meaning improper act, improper or unacceptable usage in space or writing. Clue, the footballer was pro and he prayed after he was accused with tax evasion of the field. Visualize, the footballer was pro and he prayed after he was accused with tax evasion or financial impropriety of the field. Some transactions suggested financial wrongdoings. Some players and coaches made sanctions that could suggest financial impropriety. Here, some transactions suggested financial wrongdoings by the players and coaches. They were held for financial impropriety. Please note, impropriety could also mean violation of a rule or behavior, manners or etiquette. Diffidence, meaning self-distrust. Clue, different dance due to lack of confidence. Visualize, the player somehow lacks confidence and starts dancing differently off the field. His old fears, diffidence, shyness, and sense of inferiority had to be conquered now and thrust aside. Here, a person feels now is the time to set aside old fears, self-distrust, shyness, and inferiority. Please note, the noun diffidence comes from the Latin word diffidere, meaning to mistrust or to lack confidence. Diffidence is often mistaken for snootiness, as one doesn't understand that the diffident person is shy and lacks confidence. They asked him to be the team leader, but he expressed diffidence, saying that he didn't think he had enough time to do the job justice, nor did he think he had enough experience. Anthology, meaning book of literary selections by various authors. Clue, his story is written by a penguin who came with a book of flowers for the book launch held at Anthol-uh-jee in Gujarat. By the Anthol-uh-jee in Gujarat, a book launch is organized with a lot of flowers by a penguin who had written about the player. Penguin has published an anthology titled Singing in the Dark. Penguin publishers published an anthology titled Singing in the Dark. This anthology has a humble beginning with a few poets from the US and India, but gradually evolved into an intercontinental collection of poetic responses. In this book of literary collections or anthology, diverse aspects of the pandemic are accounted for. Please note, anthology used to be just a collection of poetry. The word came from the 17th century Greek word anthologia for flower gathering or collecting. A contemporary anthology can include anything from classic literature to rap music lyrics. Often, an anthology focuses on one type or genre of writing, as in an anthology of horse riding to an anthology of writings of writing. Think of it as something concise and short, that you have got 10 episodes to tell in one story. Improvident, meaning thriftless, not providing for future. Incautious. Clue: a Pro-V battery using 10 seals is not so cautious while driving. Visualize a Pro-V shaped 10 seal lion chased the penguin. Seal spent incautiously and even made an improvident and incautious move, and cars toppled behind him. Now that our government has implicated us in this regrettable, improvident, and illegal war, we are obliged to make a substantial commitment to reconstruction. The improvident, uncautious, not providing for the future decision was noticed when the government engaged in an unnecessary war. Improvident, the prefix im means opposite or not. Provident comes from the Latin word providere, meaning foresee, provide. Someone who is improvident doesn't worry about the future or plan wisely for it. If you spend all your money on video games, even though you know you have to buy your mom a birthday present next week, you have made an improvident decision. Alright, so let us summarize using this short story. Ant tickles a player and he does antics and bizarre actions. The footballer was pro and he prayed after he was accused with tax evasion, financial wrongdoings, or impropriety of the field. The player somehow lacks confidence and starts dancing differently off the field. By the Thol Lake in Gujarat, a book launch is organized with many flowers by a penguin. The penguin had captured the player's life. Seals prey upon penguins. So, a Pro-V using den seal chased the penguin. The seal spent incautiously and even made an improvident, incautious move, causing cars to topple behind him. Time for a quiz. Do you remember the word which means book of literary selections by various authors? Do you remember the meaning for the word impropriety? Do you remember the word as well as the meaning associated with this mnemonic? We hope you got all three of them right. In case you haven't, feel free to watch the video again. Let us know about your experience here. Till we meet next with the next set of GRE words. Thank you.